Welcome to Advocation X, episode number 74. Time for a newsworthy Trump broadcast, sponsored by Baden Optical in beautiful Ontario, Canada. Now help us out, folks, and hit the like button and subscribe to push our content higher in the YouTube algorithms. Topics I'd like to tackle here and now: executive orders, polling, hatred of polls, rallies, super bad cold illness numbers, losing all but base, election rigging. Let's dive in deep right now. So, we have Mr. Trump out there enacting more and more executive orders day by day, while we're all being distracted by the super bad cold illness and all the other aspects of craziness going on around our lives. But his executive orders are not just frivolous executive orders. Absolutely not. Each one of them is going to kill more and more poor Americans, white, black, brown, and otherwise. If you are poor in America, every one of these executive orders is going to be hurting you. Now, I don't care if you're poor white, poor black, poor brown, poor Hispanic, poor this, poor that. If you're poor, open your eyes. Be aware of what's going on around you and how it's affecting you, because it's going to affect you. So let me move on. The polling. Trump is losing in his own base. He's losing in independents. He's losing on the Democratic side of the ticket. He's losing on the Republican side of the ticket. He's losing with Hispanics, with blacks, with every demographic you can look at. He is now polling 14 points behind Joe Biden. 14 points behind Joe Biden. And that brings me to my next topic. He hates the polls. He's threatening to sue CNN if they don't rescind their poll, which I believe was a poll of polls. It was just a combination of all the different polls out there that came out showing him 14 points behind Joe Biden. Well, let's see how that's going to work out, because I'm thinking nobody shared my video with Donald J. Trump. If they would have, and he would have accepted my challenges, he would have rescinded some of the negative things he's done in the past, and he would start to appeal to everybody out there by going after a coalition of people who are attempting to subvert every country in this world and take control. If he did as my video told him to do, he would be gathering much more support. So, it's up to you, Mr. Trump, whether or not you're going to follow it. Look up my video, listen to my challenges, and pursue them. Moving on. Trump has now decided, since his polling is horrid, he is going to go out into the public eye and do rallies, which will bring people together in a circumstance where they could all be exposed to the super bad cold illness. Now, these are his supporters. So if he has these rallies and they all start to get sick and start dying off, how does that help his polling? How does it help you? If you go to his rallies, which a lot of you do, you go to his rallies, you enjoy them, you like you like the atmosphere, you like the electricity in the air, you like his anger and his frustration, you like all of this stuff that he exudes, which is making you feel more accepted and more part of his fanfare. Is it worth you dying? Or your brother or uncle or mother or sister or daughter or... Anyway, that's up to you guys, but I'm just saying, to me, seems a little bit strange. Numbers are rising in most of these areas, and he's ready to go and put you all at risk, just like they were forcing everybody to go at risk in order to vote. Moving on. In this polling, it shows that Trump is losing in every demographic, including his own base. He's losing members of his own base. His approval numbers are now lower than they have ever been. He's polling so far beneath his competition, Joe Biden, but yet he still doesn't understand that the things that he's saying and doing is what's putting him at a deficit. He's not doing anything for the people. He's doing it all for the rich. He's doing it all for the stock market, so the stock market can rise, but the stock market is not really a good picture of how you're doing personally. Look in your own wallet, look in your pocketbook. Tell me how great you're doing. How well has your life become? So, he is losing in every demographic, whether it be in blacks, Hispanics, whether it be in Democrats or Republicans or independents. He is losing hands down all over. So, did you pick the winning horse? Or are you going to be on the wrong side of history forever to come? Are you going to be hearing from your relatives and friends how you were totally wrong, and that now everybody's going to out you in the future as being on the wrong side of history and voting to help tyrants do things to people that are unthinkable? How are you going to live that down? I really would love to know. This brings me to election rigging. This is the only way that he can win right now, is if they close all the polling stations in all the areas where you have the minority votes or the poor living who are going to vote to get rid of him. If he closes all of those polling stations, then those people will effectively have been disenfranchised and will not be able to vote. This is what they did in some of the elections just gone by. And I can't see that changing anytime soon. But if they attempt to do this on a wide scale, I think they're going to be in court from now till doomsday. And I think the courts are going to have no choice but to allow people to vote properly. They're going to open up these polling stations. And if the polling stations are closed, they will have to afford an additional day or two for these people to actually get their votes out. Anyways, so the blatant and horrendous systems that they've been using to quash the vote is obvious to anybody looking on. It's their attempt to rig the voting and make sure that people cannot speak their mind. So, please help us further our cause. Hit the like button. Subscribe for future content. Become a member and crush the bell while you're at it so you miss nothing. Disclaimer: our channel is factually informed opinion and not alternative fact either. Questions will be answered if you're a subscribed member of this channel. However, suggestions are more than welcome, including your critical analysis. Leave your respectful comments, suggestions, critical analysis, and questions for future topics you'd like to have covered in the comments section. Special thanks from Clyde and the crew to all you beautiful thinking people out there, and a shout out to our sponsor again, Baden Optical in beautiful Ontario, Canada. Once again, good folks, I must say, we never give up, we never give in, and remember, keep an open mind because knowledge is your power. Do your research and maintain your power. Until next time, thank you for spending time with us here on this channel. Please stay safe and healthy while doing your best to remain as happy as humanly possible. Thanks again.